been notified that one of the favorites, Suzy Hamilton, has withdrawn.
About an hour and a half ago, I went to the warm-up area, and she was on the rubbing table, and I asked her husband, Mark, how her foot injury was, and he said, it's fine. But with 40 yards to go in the semifinal, she strained her hamstring, and at that time he said, if she doesn't think she can win the race, she's not going to run. Now we have our answer. She does have the A qualifier for the Olympics, so she still could be in Athens on the team.
Depending on what happens in this race. Mary Slaney, the American and Olympic trials record holder. And a look at Marla Runyan, who now perhaps inherits the favorite's role in this race. Just beaten in the 5,000 meters by Shane Culpepper earlier in this competition. You know the story, the legally blind Marla Runyan leading Culpepper, who made one last surge and got there to win the 5,000, but both will go to Athens, and Marla has stated she doesn't know yet whether she will run the 5,000, the 1,500, or perhaps both, depending on how she does here.
Well, I asked her that exact question, and she was on the rubbing table. How did her legs feel after the 5,000? She said, well, I'm getting my legs worked on up to 5 times a day between chiropractic adjustments and everything. So she is open to doing the double in Athens, but of course, first business here. She was 8th in the 1,500 at Sydney. So as you said, Tom, she is the favorite.
Marla has achieved the B standard, 4:07.15, the A standard, 4:05.80, as you look at Jen Toomey.
Well, here's Jen Toomey, who is the sensation of the indoor season, winning both the 800 and the 15 at the indoor champions. 800 was her primary event. Everyone thought she would make the team. She didn't even get out of the qualifying rounds because she's coming back from an injury. But when I talked to her last night, she's confident she can do it in the 1,500.
And Amy Rudolph.
Well, here's someone with a lot of pressure. She's a 2-time Olympian, but she's also finished 4th in the 5,000 here. And so she doesn't have a great finishing kick. She's one of the 3 or 4 athletes that have to try to push the pace in this race, and that's going to be tough because it's very hot for running a mile, 1,500 meters. Shalane Flanagan, also in the race, who's already on the team in the 1,500 meters. She's on the outside right now. She led almost that entire 5,000 meters. Let's see what she does today.
So Carrie Tollefson is the early leader. You see Marla Runyan, the taller runner. She's in there about 3rd on the outside, and because she is legally blind and sees only shapes, nothing distinct, she likes to stay on the outside and perhaps stay out of trouble of any traffic problems.
Carrie Tollefson, who's leading the race, was 6th in the 5,000. She's one of the runners in this race that wouldn't like to see it come down to a finishing sprint, so she's trying to push the pace.
Carrie Tollefson and Janet Trujillo, 1-2. Mary Jane Hillenbrand and Shalane Flanagan. Mary Jane Harrelson and Shalane Flanagan are 3rd and 4th.
Jen Toomey also told me she feels like the other women in this event have a lot more experience than her, so she's not getting too nervous about it. But since she has that great speed and a good finishing kick from the 800 meters, she's going to react to what happens out there. 66 seconds and a half for the first 400 meters.
Carrie Tollefson continues to lead. That's Jen Toomey, who's moving up on the outside to join the leaders here as they bend into the home straightaway.
They're running about 4:10, 1,500-meter pace, which is right around the max effort for most of the women in this race, except for Marla Runyan. And the reason that's important is because it's really hot out there. When I was down in that area, I talked to David Martin, the heat expert for track and field, United States track and field, and he said, the week's been great. I said, is it going to be hotter than this in Greece? He said, just like this, about this temperature and about this humidity. It's 27% humidity.
2 laps to go, and Carrie Tollefson leads. Janet Trujillo is 2nd. Just tucked in behind her, then Shalane Flanagan and Mary Jane Harrelson.
Shalane Flanagan, when I saw her in the hotel a couple of days ago, she seemed very relaxed. Now, of course, she was also on the Olympic team already in the 5,000, but I think she feels she has nothing to lose in this race. Go ahead, take a shot. If you get caught from behind, at least you gave it your best. Don't wait and get out-kicked.
Tollefson continues to rule with Trujillo in 2nd, and then 3 runners all bunched up there with Flanagan, Harrelson. Toomey's trying to join them and is moving up, and Marla Runyan has just left the race. Marla Runyan has dropped out of the race with just over a lap remaining.
Well, that's a shock to me. Just talked to her. She seemed a little tired, but not like she had any big problems. But it's hot out there, and when you've run as many miles as she has, 7 miles in competition already, you can get dehydrated.
Here's the final lap, and Tollefson's trying to pull away. Flanagan goes with her, then Harrelson and Toomey, and they have less than a lap remaining with Carrie Tollefson trying to lead it from start to finish.
Boy, this has all of a sudden become a wide-open race. And Carrie Tollefson, who was, as I said, 6th in that 5,000 meters, has led most of this race.
It's Tollefson and Jen Toomey now running 1-2. Deatherage also starts to move up. Here's Tollefson trying to hold off Toomey. They're into the turn for the home straightaway. Tollefson leads, Toomey second. Deatherage now is third. Harrelson is fourth.
Jen Toomey just waiting. She wants to time her finishing sprint. She had some time off, missed a month of training, didn't start training until June 1st.
Here's Toomey going by Tollefson. And Amy Rudolph with a late kick, trying to get the third spot. Here comes the finish. Toomey, Tollefson. Tollefson wins, Toomey second, and I believe Amy Rudolph with that rush at the end got the third spot.
Wow, what a roar from the crowd, because if you know the story, Amy Rudolph's been 4th twice in a row, and she must have seen the Parthenon in front of her, because she gave those last 3 steps like, this is my, she told us earlier in the week, I'm getting a little older, this is my last chance.
The time 4:08.32, which in this heat is shy of the A standard, 4:05.80. Here's the finish.
And I'm watching, I've known Amy for 15 years, and I'm saying right now, she's not going to make it. She can't make it. There's not enough time. She made it.
And Tollefson, once headed, came back to beat Toomey, and there's Rudolph across the line to get third. So Carrie Tollefson comes back to win the U.S. Championship, which also is on the line here at the U.S. Olympic Trials. 4:08.32. Tollefson, who was 6th in the 5,000 meters earlier, former Villanova star, which Marty likes, won 5 NCAA titles. Tollefson, Toomey, Rudolph, and Deatherage, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the women's 1,500 meters. Let's go to Bob Newmeyer.
Well, an obviously exhausted Jen Toomey. And Jen, it appeared that you had the race won.
Yeah, I just tied up a little bit at the end, but I'm happy to come in top 3.
Did you realize Marla had dropped out?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know at all.
And Suzy Hamilton as well. When did you learn about that news?
Right before the race, she wasn't in the call room, so I guess right before the race.
I know you were disappointed with the 800. You had a bit of a knee problem. Did that kick up on you today?
No, definitely not. I was very nervous, so was just happy to race hard and be in the hunt.
Congratulations. Let me run over here to Amy and
How are you?
tell us about your finish.
I just try to just stay composed and just fight on the finishing straight. It's been a tough week after the 5, so I just tried to keep it together, and I had a little extra there.
They tell me it's 115 degrees here on the track. Did that impact you during this race?
I really tried to stay cool coming into the race. I stayed in the shade warming up and kept ice on me all the time, so it wasn't that bad.
Good luck to you, ladies. Tom?
All right, Bob, and that means that the USOC submission list in the 1,500 meters will have Suzy Hamilton, though she didn't run in the final. She is the only one to have achieved the A standard. Marla Runyan, who has the B, will have till August 9th to achieve it, and she could go. Then Tollefson and Toomey. Those will be the 4 that are on the submission list in the women's 1,500.